Alright, so this was an example that we had on the homework. And so I was just telling you, you need to make sure that you multiply and divide before you do the subtraction. That's in that order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or PEMDAS. So if I multiply first, and then I'll do my division, I get 54 minus 4, and then easily I could say my answer is 50. So we have to do this first. A lot of times people want to try to subtract first. Like, you cannot do that. There are these rules for a reason, and they follow our mathematical process of finding a solution. So multiply first, then divide, and then we will subtract. Now, if I had a problem that looked like this, so this is the side problem. So 8 divided by 4, and then times 2. So on something like this, that's why the rule in the book says multiplication, division. If you just have those, you go left to right. A lot of people get caught up in this rule that, okay, multiplication before division. But again, these are left to right. So I should divide first and say 8 divided by 4 is 2, and then lastly times 2 equals 4 is the correct answer. What I see a lot of people will do is they will try to multiply first because it comes first in PEMDAS, right? And then get 8 divided by 8 equals 1. So that is not the correct answer. So you would not do this part first. You would divide first because it's left to right when it's multiplication and division, and left to right when it comes to addition and subtraction. So if you're looking at this, 2 minus 5 plus 3, again, when you have just addition and subtraction, you're going to go left to right. So I would say 2 minus 5, which is negative 3, plus 3 equals 0. This is the correct answer. What sometimes people will do, because they're caught up on the PEMDAS, is they will add first and say 8 and say 2 minus 8. The only way that you would do that if it was written with parentheses around it. So you would follow the parentheses first and say 5 plus 3 is 8. If there are no parentheses, you have to go left to right with addition and subtraction and the multiplication and division. And just looking at an exponent, so like on negative 3 cubed, that's negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So we could actually use that rule that we discussed in the multiplication section, where if you have an odd number of negative numbers, you know your answer is going to be negative. In this case, we'd get negative 27. And then just to re-emphasize, negative 5 squared is, or is not, you tell me, different from negative 5 squared. So I have the quantity negative 5 squared. Is it equal to negative 5 squared? And the answer is, it is not equal to. This one will give me a positive 25, and this one will give me a negative 25. They are not equal to. So please be aware of that when you're doing your work.